Good morning, it's the 4th of July. And speaking of, we started this morning's show with a song called 4th of July written by Paul McCartney. And Paul did a demo of that back in 1974. And the reason he did a demo was he gave that song to a friend of Dave Clark, of the Dave Clark Five. And Dave was producing this artist named John Christie. And apparently Dave called Paul and said, hey, you got a song for this artist I'm producing? And Paul gave him 4th of July. And for many, many years, I always wondered, who is this John Christie? And then I looked him up and I found out he's quite an accomplished cat. Not only did he cut a lot of records in the 70s with his manager and producer, Dave Clark, he worked on this really epic musical that Dave Clark put together called Time. And he wrote a bunch of songs on it, and Freddie Mercury actually covered a song he wrote as a part of that musical, and it was just re-released like last week. It's called Time Waits for No One. And believe it or not, we found John Christie, and he's in London, and I hope he's on the other end of the phone right now because we called him and he answered, so hopefully he didn't go out to the pub or anything during that last set. Let's see if he's still on the phone. Hold on, let me push a button here. John, how are you?
Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hi from London. Good to talk to you.
Fantastic to talk to you. So
Finally. How long have we been trying to get this set up?
a long time now. John, you're kind of a mystery to a lot of Beatle fans. Everybody knows your name, and they know this song, 4th of July, and they know it because it was written by Paul McCartney. Tell me about the origins of this song, how you found it, how it got to you, and what you've been doing all these years.
Well, mate, I mean, this goes like a long way to when I was making records in the 70s. Dave Clark at the Dave Clark Five was my manager back in those days, and he produced all my records. We still work together, we're still friends to this day, but around that time he was managing my career, and we were looking, what's the next single, what should we find? And he came up with the thought of maybe going and approaching his buddy Paul McCartney to see if he had anything, which he did. And Paul actually wrote 4th of July, I believe, especially for me, apparently, so I'm told. He had never done that. He had never written a song for anybody ever before. So that was quite a thing.
Now, that's a really good manager, I tell you. Not only to come up with that idea, let's get Paul McCartney to write a song for you, but then to follow through and actually do it. Do you recall how he contacted Paul?
I do remember the story. I remember he and Mike Smith, the lead singer of the Dave Clark Five, of course, he and Mike went over to Paul and Linda's in St. John's Wood and spent the afternoon, and I remember them saying that Linda made them this fabulous food that was all very health conscious, etc. And then they came back that evening and came over to my place and said, well, have a look at this. Paul's written this song for you.
Did you have a demo of the song from Paul?
Yes, I did, because I would. Yeah, I mean, Paul didn't play it to me. I mean, I didn't meet Paul. Obviously, yeah, I think he sang it while they were there.
Right,
and they
right.
brought the cassette back and said, well, here's your song. And then the next thing, we booked time in Lansdowne Studios in Holland Park and recorded it. And I think that's what you've been playing for so many years, apparently. And I'm very grateful. Thank you so much.
Tell me about the recording of the song, John. What you can remember. Do you remember who's playing on it? Because Dave Clark is producing it, right? And you remember the studio. Yeah. Did you have a band at the time, or did Dave bring in the studio cats?
Dave always used the same musicians, best musicians in London. Yeah, it was always, oh, wow, now you're testing my memory. My goodness. But no, the one person that I do remember was at that session who's done every recording session of mine over the years, and we still work together, is Mike Moran.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
My dear friend Mike Moran, yeah.
Now, John, before we play 4th of July, which we do every hour, during the 4th of July special, why don't you introduce it like a DJ? Go ahead.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. Ladies and gentlemen, a blast from the past, way, way back in time. John Christie singing Paul McCartney's 4th of July.
On 4th of July here on Sirius XM Radio.
July. Happy 4th of July, America.
Thank you, John.
You are welcome, Chris. Thank you so much, mate. Take care. Bye.
Sunset's painting up the sky. There's something in my eye. Why am I crying? It's the 4th of July. Friends come up to me and say, it's gonna be your day. Why are they lying? It's the 4th of July. Could it have something to do with the fact that I've been feeling blue since Friday? You came in with him again. Suddenly I knew it wasn't my day. Oh no, well anyway. Do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Why am I crying? It's the 4th of July. Could it have something to do with the fact that I've been feeling blue since Friday? You walked in with him again, and suddenly I knew it wasn't my day. Oh no, well anyway. Sunset's painting up the sky. There's something in my eyes.